So subject of today's episode of BizJet TV is, can Virgin Galactic actually become a private jet service? Now, this is a question I asked myself as I watched the recent launch of the 3 Italian astronauts into space and back down again. It was one of these quick trips that they do, but you know, it's worthwhile discussing. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's episode. Welcome to BizJet TV. If you've never been here before, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Lots of content here about private aviation, and of course, get yourself a copy of my latest book, The Quantum Economy. Click on the link below for that. Why should you buy a copy of this book? There's lots of content in here about the economy of the future, the emerging economies, where to go, technology, and how the private jet is playing an important role in this. If you are an entrepreneur, you will learn by reading this book that you need a private jet sooner than later. A lot of people think, well, I have to make the multi-millions first and then I'll buy my own jet. But there's a story of a number of entrepreneurs in here about how they bought the jet early on in their entrepreneurial journey, and they used it as a business tool in order to build their empire. And one of those being Walmart, and not many people know this. Sam Walton was a pilot, and that building up a fleet of aircraft was key into building the Walmart empire. And you'll learn about that here. You'll learn about Renzo Rosso from Diesel and how he bought a private jet early on in his career, and his accountant was saying, no, that's a crazy idea. As he said, it was a stupid idea, but it worked. And sometimes you have to be stupid. But anyway, there's these stories in here and loads of others. So get yourself a copy of The Quantum Economy. Click on the link below. So Virgin Galactic. Can Virgin Galactic become a private jet? Well, I think it can. Now, let's just sort of think here a minute about, the 3 main competitors here that are in this space race at the moment. We've got obviously Elon Musk with SpaceX, we've got Jeff Bezos with Blue Origin, and then we've got Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic. Now, Virgin Galactic differs from the other 2 because the other 2 are rockets. They're launching up and down, and they land and launch and land vertically. So that's interesting. But in order to launch these 2 rockets, you need to have a launch pad for rockets. While Virgin Galactic takes off from a normal runway and lands back at the runway. So if we're going to roll this out, as Elon Musk has said, he would like to connect cities, connect people from anywhere to anywhere in less than an hour by using the rockets. The challenge with that is that you're going to have to build all these launch pads around the world, and that's going to be a bit challenging. The environmentalists are going to complain because of the noise. Oh, now we have an airport nearby, now they're launching rockets from, and I can't sleep, blah 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 blah. They're disturbing me in my relaxing afternoon in my back garden launching this rocket. So I can see being challenges doing that, and this is where I think Richard Branson is going to have the edge, because they have this what they call VMS, which is Virgin Mothership. And the capsule is attached to it. It launches up, goes up to 50,000 feet, and the capsule launches from there with the rocket, with its rocket engines, and goes into space, and then comes down and glides down and lands. So this is where I think Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic have the edge, where Virgin Galactic could be a private jet service. I mean, we saw this just yesterday with the launch. It took off and came back to the same location, but it could easily landed somewhere else. And then there could have been another mothership there to launch it back to where it came from. So you could actually travel from, I don't know, let's say London to Shanghai in the morning and then back again in the afternoon. That's something that you can't do with the airlines. So think how much business you could get done if you was to use a service like this. So I'm just shout out there to Richard Branson. I mean, have you had this idea? That's why I've got my red tie on today. Have you had this idea of maybe using Virgin Galactic as a private jet service where you can get some passengers on, and they'll pay obviously for the ticket, but you can get them from anywhere to anywhere in less than an hour? That may be, a way to move forward. What do you think? Comment below. Let's get the conversation going here. If you haven't subscribed to BizJet TV, I encourage you to subscribe. And also check out these other 2 videos we did recently. One about illegal private jet charter, which is interesting. And the other one, my interview with Ryan Secco, who's Vice President of Cardone Capital, and how he went from being a pilot to managing this $4 billion portfolio of real estate and doing deals with Grant. It's an interesting story there. And of course, you must grab yourself a copy of The Quantum Economy. Let's help drive this to #1 on Amazon. It was actually #9 in the travel books the other day on Amazon.com. I'm sure we can get it to #1 with your help. So please click on the link below, get yourself a copy, but use the book. The book is going to be, there's a lot of value in this book. It's a quick read, first of all. So you're a busy person. You haven't got time to read 400-page books. That's why this is only 170 pages. And the way it's designed, you don't have to necessarily read it from cover to cover. I mean, it says 3 different sections here. And one section about entrepreneurs that actually use the private jet as a business tool to build their business. And that's really, really key. And then the other 2 sections are about, the emerging economies, technology and whatever, and where the opportunities are for the future and how to get to these places and why the private jet is going to be key. So lots of information in here. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you've already got a copy, please post a review for me on Amazon and subscribe to BizJet TV. And as I said, check out this video about illegal private jet charters and this other one I interviewed with Ryan Secker. And that's all from Fabrizio Poli here on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.